In the world of financial brokerage, there's this one partnership that can literally make or break your growth, the introducing broker, or IB. But what if I told you the way most firms try to attract them is, well, it's fundamentally flawed? Let's break down exactly why.
You know the drill, right? It's the standard playbook. When you need to stand out, the very first lever you pull is almost always money. You start offering higher commissions, promising a bigger and bigger slice of the pie.
Okay, so when more money doesn't quite do the trick, you pivot to the product. You sweeten the deal with tighter spreads, thinking, hey, a better offer for their clients. That has to be the key.
Or maybe you go the operations route, promising lightning-fast withdrawals and a super seamless back-end experience. You're basically competing on features, convinced that's what an IB really truly values.
But here's the brutal, honest truth. You can have the absolute best offer in the world, but the whole thing falls apart if nobody knows who you are. Because if they don't know you, they can't possibly trust you. And in this game, trust is the only currency that really matters.
So this brings us right to the core of the issue, what I call the IB trust problem. See, it's not about your offer, it's all about how you're perceived.
And this right here is the fundamental disconnect. While you're laser focused on your offers, the commissions, the spreads, all the features, an IB is focused on one thing and one thing only, safety.
So why this obsession with safety? Well, it's because an IB's most valuable asset isn't their commission check. Not even close. It's the trust they have with their audience. They know, deep down, that just one wrong partnership can absolutely destroy a reputation they've spent years building.
And this whole trust problem, it gets even bigger when you look at the market today. We're basically operating in what is essentially a market of clones.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Hundreds of new brokers launch every single year, and most of them are using the same white label technology. They end up with similar websites, making identical promises, and offering pretty much the exact same deals. It's just a vast sea of sameness out there.
Now let's flip this. Put yourself in their shoes. You're staring at this wall of identical options. How do you decide who's legitimate, who's stable, who isn't going to just disappear with your client's money?
You don't take a wild guess. You certainly don't just pick the highest commission and cross your fingers. No, you verify. And if an IB can't find any independent, credible information about you, you're not just a risk. You're completely invisible.
Okay, so this is where we need to make a really important strategic shift. The problem isn't your tactics, it's your perception. Because in this industry, perception is your reality.
This right here, this is the big aha moment. When an IB ignores your outreach, it's not because your commission was 2% too low. Nope, it's because they Googled your brand and found, well, crickets. Nothing to build that confidence. They just don't trust you yet.
The real goal, then, is to completely flip the script. You have to stop the endless, exhausting cycle of chasing IBs with bigger and better offers. The strongest brands out there, they don't chase. They build this aura of authority that naturally attracts partners to them.
You gotta remember this, when it comes down to it, IBs will always choose the brand they perceive as the safest bet, not just the one with the highest payout. Safety beats a few extra percentage points every single time.
So how do you become that safe choice? How do you become the obvious partner? Well, you do it with a proven method, the authority building framework.
The formula for real, sustainable growth isn't complicated. It's just a logical progression. It all starts with visibility. From there, you build authority. That authority is what cultivates trust, and only when you have that trust do you get consistent, high-quality IB partnerships.
And this is where something like public relations completely changes the game. See, effective PR isn't just about a one-off press release. It's about strategically building your presence so that an IB has a positive, credible impression of you before you even pick up the phone to talk to them.
Let's actually get inside an IB's head for a second and break down the psychology. An IB sees your brand mentioned in reputable media and thinks, okay, these guys are legit. They see you showing up consistently and think, all right, this is a stable company. This third-party validation becomes the ultimate shortcut to making them feel this is a safe choice. PR is what makes all of this happen.
You know what? Let me just illustrate this with a quick story. Let's call it a tale of two brokers, each with a very different strategy and a very different outcome.
So, on one side, you've got broker A. They're using the old playbook, high commissions, aggressive outreach. But online, they're basically a ghost. The result? They get ignored, questioned, and mostly rejected. Now let's look at broker B. They invest in building brand authority through PR. They get featured in the media. A quick search shows a strong professional presence. And the result? IBs trust them almost instantly, and they start reaching out first.
Did you catch that? Both brokers could have the exact same commission offer, but because of their vastly different perceptions, the results are polar opposites. This just proves it. Perception is everything.
So the message here is crystal clear. It's time to shift your entire mindset. Stop chasing and start building a brand that partners actually want to join.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. If a top-tier IB Googled your brand right now, today, what would they find? A reason to trust you or nothing at all? The answer to that question is going to define your future.